Hi everyone, and welcome back to Easy Cooking with Linda B. Today I have fresh beets and I'm going to make a roasted beet salad for you. I'll show you how I put it all together. Okay, I'm going to be using the grill. It's very hot here at the shoreline and I don't want to run my oven. So I'm going to show you how we do this on the grill and get your beets ready. So what I'm going to do is, and don't throw away these beet greens because we're going to use them too. They're very good. And what I want to do first is I'm going to cut off this chunk, the stems, of chunk of stems, right here, off of the beets. Okay? And we're just going to set these aside for the moment. I'm just going to put them right in this bowl here. Alright, so I'm going to do that with all three beets that I have here. Clear the deck. Oops. Okay. So what's very important at this point is we want to wash our beets. They're very dirty, so I'm going to run them under the water, clean them very well, try to get as much of the dirt off as possible. I'm going to leave the little tails on at this point. They will come off later. Okay, great. So I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm going to dry them off as best as I can. Okay, very good. So that part's done. So what I'm going to do is clean my board here. Any little debris that's left behind. So what I'm going to do now is take some foil paper, and I have the individual pieces, and I'm going to wrap each of the beets individually. You want to wrap them tightly. Okay, and then I'm going to put in my sheet pan right here. It'll make it easier to carry it out to the grill. Plus, once I go to pierce these towards the end to make sure they're done, I don't want all the beet juice running into the grill. So Bob's going to start the grill now and we'll be right back. Okay, one thing I love with salads is croutons, and I don't have any here, so I'm going to make my own. I had Italian bread in my freezer, so I took it out, nuked it a little bit, cut it into cubes. So I'm going to put that together. First thing I want to do is I'm going to drizzle some oil into my bread. Come on. I don't want to put too much in, that's why I'm going very carefully. And with my gloves on, I'm going to toss this around. I want to make sure that all the bread pieces get coated with the oil. And that looks pretty good right there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to wash my gloves quickly. And then I'm going to add some seasoning. I'm going to add in some Italian seasoning. Some thyme. Some garlic powder. And some onion powder. Okay, and again, I'm going to mix these together with my hands. Okay, very good. I'm going to drizzle just a little bit of oil. Oops, excuse me, sorry about that. I just realized I'm going to lose my bottle because my hands are all oily. So I'm going to be careful. So I'm going to lightly grease the bottom of my pan, if I can get the oil out. Just smooth it around the bottom. Croutons in. And since the grill is going right now, Bob is going to take these and put them on the grill along with the beets. Now while the beets and the croutons are on the grill, I'm going to start working with the beet greens. So what I've done is I've washed them very good. I sorted through them to get rid of the parts that did not look that great. Sometimes they turn yellow, or if they're wet, sometimes they look brown or dark on the outside of it. So I got rid of those pieces and only selected the ones that I want to use. So I'm going to take these and then put them in my salad spinner because I will be sauteing these. This is, believe it or not, loud, but so I get a little bit of a workout with this. Just going to dump out how much water I got out of there. I'm going to do a couple more times. Until there is no more water. That looks pretty good right there. Okay, now we're going to go over to the stove. Right here. I have my saute pan on low. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. I'm going to drizzle some oil on the pan. Let that get warm. Put it up to medium. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, once the oil heats up, I'm going to add in my onions. We'll get back to you as soon as everything's ready. Okay, so now my oil is hot. I'm going to dump in my onions first. Stir them around. And then I'm going to put in garlic. So what I have here is about half a white onion, and also I have 2 cloves of garlic that I have chopped. Give these a good stir. Let them cook for a little bit. Okay, and also I'd like to add wine. Again, most of you who know, watch my videos, that I always put wine in, especially when I'm using onion and garlic, so it helps prevent the garlic from burning. Stir this around. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is cover it, and then I will show you what we do next when we come back. Okay, now my onions and garlic have been sauteing for about 5 minutes and is now soft. And what I want to do next is add the beet greens. Now in the meantime, I had cut these up into smaller bite-sized pieces. So I'm going to place it in here. And when you cook them like this, it really brings out the natural sugar, gives them the flavor that you're looking for, and they're really very tasty. I'm going to add some salt. Hopefully it comes out. We have a lot of humidity here today. And then I'm going to add pepper. Stir this. looks like I may need to add just a little more oil. The pan is starting to get dry. Stir this around. Cover it up. And let it go for about 5 more minutes. Okay, now the beet greens, onions, and garlic are cooked. As you can see, the beet greens wilted down very much like spinach. So at this point, I'm going to turn off my stove, and then I'm going to leave the cover off because I want this to cool. And now I'm going to take you outside and let's see if those beets are ready. Okay, now I'm checking the beets, and I already could see, and honey, if you could zoom in on this, I could already see that some of the beet juice has leached out of the wrapper. So what I'm going to do is check this, pierce it. Now the fork goes through easily, and that tells me that they are done. Very much like a potato. See how also the liquid is running out there? Now this one's a larger one. I may have to leave this on the grill, or if I just leave it wrapped for a while and let it sit and rust, it will continue to cook. And as you can see, the croutons are now also ready. So we're going to bring these in the house, and then I'll show you what we do next. Okay, now the beets are ready. Now we had the grill at 350 degrees. And they went for 45 minutes, but this very large one needed an additional 5 minutes. So it depends on the size of your beet and how long it's going to need to cook. So now we want to remove the skin on this. So I'm going to leave the foil here so I can collect the skin. It'll make it easier for cleanup. Just pull off the box. See how, like if you just cut off the tips like this, you could actually peel this down. And now if you just take your potato peeler, just run it through, and the skin will easily come off like that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut all these up, or peel them, I'm sorry, and then I'll show you what I do next. Okay, now all my beets are peeled. There's 3, but they're good sized beets. So now I'm going to prepare my salad. Thank goodness we're at that point. So I'm going to cut down the beet in half. Look how nice that looks. Now you could boil your beets, but when you boil your beets, you rid them of all their value, which is their nutrients, their minerals, all the vitamins that are important. They end up staying behind in the water. And you really don't want that. You want to get the best out of the product as you can, health-wise. So I'm going to cut these into chunks. And I got my bowl here. I'm going to place them in. As you can see, you do need to wear gloves with this, otherwise I will have red fingers for weeks to come. Okay, so I'm going to get that in here. Do the same thing with this. I know it's time consuming doing this, but it is so worth it. It really is in the end. Okay, great. Now I'm going to wash my hands and remove this board, and I'll be right back. These beets look absolutely beautiful. Now, what I'm going to do is add the beet greens with the onions and the garlic in here. And then I'm going to add some salt. I don't want to add a lot of seasoning because it's already in the beet greens. So I'm just going to simply add the salt and pepper. Okay, and then I want to also drizzle some oil in here. This will round out the flavors. give this a wonderful stir. Oh, that looks so good. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Ruby red beets, they're gorgeous. And now I'm going to add some croutons right on top. And there you have it, roasted beet salad. It's very healthy and it's very delicious. So I hope you enjoyed watching my video and me making this beautiful roasted beet salad. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so and hit the notification button so you'll get future videos that I upload to YouTube. So remember, enjoy life and never stop learning. Bye now.